Okay, this video might be a bit more sloppy or a bit more slow, a bit more confusing than usual because I just came back from my first day at my new job, my new 9 to 5, and that's gonna be the subject of today's video. And basically, to keep it short, that day was very intense. As you can imagine, I'm sure you have, if you've started a job, you know that the first day is always the hardest, the first week is always the hardest, etc. There's so many information to take on, and this job especially has a lot of information that I need to take on. It's like completely different from what I did before, so I need to, that was very intense to begin with, and then I slept very badly. But I still wanted to. I left a spot on my scheduled video in order to post this one for you guys to give you a bit my raw impression and to explain a bit not only about like the current job, but like why do I start a 9 to 5 instead of following my passion. That's the title of this video, and I wanted to yap a bit about it because it has like it wouldn't be very obvious for my past self. I talked about it in the past, but I want to reintroduce that when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, or even like very young adult, I had this very idealistic idea in mind that I wanted to live off my passion at all costs, and I actually did actually for a bit, and but as I said, then it was maybe not a great idea, and I should have gotten a stable job sooner, to be honest. And there is different reason why I want to start a new 9 to 5 now at this stage of my life. And here are the reason I'm here to talk about it today. The first thing mostly is about why do I not follow my dream right now is mostly might be obvious, but it's about a stable income. It's not that there is no way I could make it as an artist, for example, because sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Nathan. I'm an artist, and I'm posting on the internet for many years now. But I'm nowhere near to replace an income with my art. I'm mostly doing it for fun right now, and and I think that my art is now as a stage where it's mature enough that I could make an income about it with it if I wanted to, but it would be way too unstable, and for now I haven't really found a way to have enough reach to sustain it. So instead of gambling my life, but also the one of my partner, because that's one of the main reasons why I decided to not try to go indie as soon as possible, is that it doesn't depend on me anymore. I moved to I'm in Poland right now, which is a country I moved to a few years ago in order to be with my partner, and we plan to live there for a little while. So it might be we have a lot of plans. That's what I mean. And so in this stage of our life where we are about to get married, it's much better for me to not have to worry about building an income source from scratch, and instead using the skills I've been practicing for years in order to have a stable income and manage to bring the stability that is required for us at this time. And that's also the real reason, and I think it's something we don't talk about. I mean, maybe it's like depending on the country you're in, it might be a different situation when you are entrepreneur or indie creator or just independent business, but it comes with the stable income. But what it entails really is the access to the mortgage. As you can imagine, we are planning to at this stage, since we're getting married, we were planning to buy as well, and this is not possible. First of all, if I was earning in something other than the local currency in Poland, which is the Polish zloty, I couldn't get a mortgage in Polish zloty by law here, so I needed to earn in that currency. But also, if you don't have a stable income, it takes a lot of money and a lot of you might have worse rates, for example, if you have an unstable income, even if pretty good. I know, for example, I wanted to be a freelancer for a while, for example, which is a valid way to make money as an independent. But the problem is that even if you're making more money, first you're getting crushed on taxes. That's the thing nobody talks about. In many countries, at least, you get really crushed on taxes. But also the access to mortgage is very, very complicated, especially if you are a sole owner and you cannot. If you have a bigger corporation, basically you can give yourself a salary, and this way it kind of goes around the system. It's like much better. But I remember, for example, for a freelancer in France, it was basically very, very hard to do it. I was freelancer for some time and I wasn't earning much, but because I was doing exactly what I wanted to do at this time. But to get just the rent, which is very complicated in France, I'm not gonna go over it too much in this video. But basically, it was way too complicated. I had to pretend to be a student to be able to rent something, which is insane. But that's how it is. But I had the money, to pay the rents, but I couldn't sign the lease because of my status, because I wasn't an employee. So it's very unfortunate that we have built a system like this. But here it is. It's the main reason why I'm starting a 9-to-5 now, instead of following my dream. It's to have a mortgage, because I think it's something we don't warn people about enough. I mean, when we're talking about living on of your own thing, being like starting a business, etc. So hopefully, I wish you to like hit it big and have a lot of money and be able to have good mortgages, or just be able to buy it cash. I mean, I wish you that, really, from the bottom of my heart. That's not something that is likely for me. So that's why I decided to at least have the stable income and this situation, and continue to what I've been doing since then, to continue to create on the side while I have a 9-to-5 job. I think also that's not something I was planning to do, to say actually. But also the one thing that is great compared to just doing things on your own is that even if how much time the 9-to-5 takes on your life, like it's not always like depending on how many hours you work. Like it could be like in France it could be like between 35, in other countries 45 hours a week, plus commute, of course, which takes a lot of time, etc. But I would argue that when I was working my previous job, for example, I felt more productive and driven than when I was unemployed. For more productive and driven to do my own thing, to be clear, not only on the job, but for a few different reasons. That's a whole other tangent, but I really want to talk about it with you guys. It's like because you have the structure, first of all. So you have to wake up at a certain hour and you come back home at a certain hour, or you start, like if you're working from home, like I will be doing a hybrid type of stuff. You have movable but repeated hours. That's what I mean. You have a structure that you can adhere to. And as I said in another video, if you want to build a habit, having this structure is super important. And actually, like so either a daily schedule, get daily routine, or weekly routine, which was very well for me. And this way I was actually more productive because I had this structure. I knew I had like this chunk of time. I didn't have access to. I couldn't do anything, but I could still like try to carve time for myself and for my project, for my illustration, to make videos, or to write my newsletter, for example, that I pour my soul into it. Something that is very important to me. So actually, I mean, it's not the reason why I continue to be in a 9-to-5, but the advantage of having that instead of being unemployed, being on your own, is that you have a schedule. And if you have trouble just adhering to a schedule on your own, or like having a rhythm like this, it could be actually beneficial, and you can be actually more productive on the thing you care about if you have a job. So that seems insane, and that would be completely insane if I didn't leave it for me, but that's how it is. And the other bonus reason why a 9 to 5 is actually not that bad for following your passion is that it makes you hungry. And that's something I wish, I hope to make a dedicated video about it. But you need, if you want to do things on your own, if you want to achieve your goals in general, whichever are they, you need hunger. You need, that's something I think Donald Trump said, killer instinct, being competitive extra. I don't believe really in the competitiveness. I don't think that's, I don't think that's required for any kind of success. But what is required is the hunger, is to want it. How bad do you want it? And being stuck in a chair for like 6-8 hours is really gonna build this hunger. At least it did for me when I was doing, for example, when I was doing minimum wage job. So I was in a hotel. I was working night shifts, which was, I don't recommend. Don't do night shifts. It's very bad for you. But I really like use the feeling of, you know, this I would not say despair, but I was feeling very bad and depressed because I had to work at this job. That was very kind of humiliating, very hard at time, and that was completely destroying my health, by the way. But I used that as a fuel to then so either do my own thing and learn new things so that I can get a better job and I can finally move to a new country where am I now. Without this bad job, I don't think I would have gone to the position I am now. That was a huge tangent. I didn't plan to talk about that, but that's really, really important to think about. You know, there could be hidden advantages to working on 9 to 5, even if it's not your goal at all. That's not my goal. I don't want to climb the corporate ladder. I want to do good work. I want to do things I'm proud of, and I want to, create shareholder value. I don't mind that. I just want to be proud of myself and do great thing, even when it's not like my own passion or anything. But I don't want to climb the corporate ladder or play the office politics and stuff like that. So I don't think being employed for 40 years is really my path. But I'm gonna do it well, and I'm gonna use it as a tool to achieve what I want. And that's really, I talked about that in many videos, but that's really what I want to come across in this channel in general, is that you have to use whatever you have. You have to develop this hunger. You have to act strategically. And it's good to have dreams and want it, but if you need to have a good plan for it. And sometimes it's not as sexy as just building something in your garage for a year and then coming up with a startup success or something like this. It doesn't always work like that, and there are times when you need to be responsible and reasonable about things. I wish I could just say that to my younger self. So that's kind of the point of this channel, if you haven't noticed. All right, I think I should wrap it up now. So yeah, overall, well, we're pretty happy with the new job, and really excited about what it will bring in other areas of my life. So the stability, the mortgage, because that's something that I'm very excited about. But also all the fuel it will pour into my the stability also is really helpful for creative people. Actually, that's something I haven't mentioned, but as part of the reason why 9 to 5 might be great for you as a side thing is that it's very hard to create art when you're very stressed about making ends meet. But that's a story for another day. Let me know your thoughts. We'd be very interested to hear about what you think about the topic. Are you for example, did you have the same view as me? Thinking in absolute when I was younger, thinking, oh, I will never work for a 9 to 5. That's not for me. I have a problem with authority or things like that. Things I don't think at all anymore. Or were you always reasonable and wish you had maybe doing more thing on the side? Let me know about what's your relationship between your passion and your work, and how they can help each other. Thanks so much for listening, and I'm gonna rest now because I'm exhausted. And I wish you a great rest of your day, and see you tomorrow.